Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome once again to the eastern wing of the Stinkbug Works. Today, I want to answer Vadim's question about the Miss Exide build, and I'm going to show you this thing. I think I talked about this once before, but if you remember, just so you get an idea of size, this was the Miss Exide's fins. These are the Miss Madison's fins. So this is about 1/20th scale, where the one I'm working on right now is about 1/12th scale. So it's almost half the size. Anyway, Vadim suggested, well, why not put these fins in a box? Build in a box in the back of the boat that these fins could fit into. And I said, well, I'm actually doing that on another boat. And he even suggested, well, you could use some magnets. And I'm thinking, oh, like these little tiny neodymium magnets that would fit down inside of this box that I could glue onto the bottom of here, so when this went in, it would stick. Now, get a load of this, boys and girls. This I built in, when would it have been? 2006 or so. And I ran it with the motor that's now in the Dona, which was an air-cooled, small diameter new motor. It was an 1107 1.5Y, I think. It had a pretty high KV. Anyway, it would push a big prop, and I put it in this hull, and it ran real well. There was a drawback, though. I'm having a hard time finding space in the bigger model. This one was even smaller, and I wound up having to put the motor up into here to get it to balance. And remember, I talked about the flexibility and keeping this area really big. Well, this hull had a lot of flex. So what I did is I put a carbon fiber tube with a bracket on it and another carbon fiber tube with a bracket on it. And then the motor mount would bolt to those brackets, and the motor mount itself became the structural member that kept this thing from flexing. It still has a bit of flex, so the motor mount takes care of that. And so if you look in here, there's all this carbon fiber holding the thing together. And I had to run two little 850 packs right up here because I had foam up in the sponsons. Another problem with this smaller model is, take a look at this. The cabin is offset to the left, just like the full-size guys, because they turn to the left. RC boats turn to the right, just because of the way motors worked and propellers worked back in the old days. That has become the convention. Well, this thing really does better if it's set up to do a left turn. Because look at this, even if you look at the sponsons, you see this wider gap, this sponson's flatter and closer in this way. This sponson has more dead rise and is further out for sliding across a corner. So this hull was really designed to turn left, but nobody turns left. Oh, here's another thing. So I'm changing over to a water-cooled motor, and I'm putting in an 1112 instead of the 1107. I know. It's insane. But maybe I'll put an 1107 in here, but I have this 1112 right now, so it's going to go in there. I had to cut my floor out just a little bit. I'll put a piece of fiberglass up against there, and I'll have my motor going. So I'm going to rebuild this and do it as, oh, which was the all-white Miss Madison? Was that 1999? And it did not have these little wings on the side, so I cut them off. You see, it still has them. So this still has a lot of sanding and filling to go. And here's the cool part about this story. I actually have another hull just like this that has never been cut or sanded on. This one's run many a time. So this one's an old hand, but I do have another one that I could build. And now that the availability of right-hand props and left-hand props are available, I might just set up the other one to turn left just to take advantage of the offset and the asymmetric sponsons. So there you have it, boys and girls. The answer to Vladim's question, not Vadim, or is it Vadim? Anyway, sounds Eastern European. Anyway, so there you go. That's the plan for the bigger boat. I think I will build a box out of G10 just because of the added structure it gives. I can tie this box into the top and bottom hull, so I got a lot of strength. So if something breaks, it'll probably be the fin. In fact, I should drill holes along here that if anything breaks, it'll be these, because these are easy to replace. A phone call and a credit card. Okay, boys and girls, until next time, jet out.